Do we want me to read this memo about purchasing the garbage truck and then everyone votes to buy the garbage truck, or do we want to do that a different time?
I think we're voting on the garbage truck, but I don't think you need to read this. I think it's in the
We're all
public.
pretty much know what's
It's gonna be in the public,
It's a government.
Okay.
yeah. But we need to table. Wait for the two gentlemen to be seated.
This give me a headache. I don't know why they're trying to make it so complicated.
Have you turned that on yet?
It's I'm not gonna lie, I'll just record, I'll tell John.
So the auto car was one price and the other was another price. Ah, Jesse.
Must be opening the door.
So we can cut it whatever. We can call it whatever it is.
That's what I tell my kids when they get hurt. That's storytelling.
Okay. Welcome to a special session for council on July 11th, 2022. We're a little late getting started. We apologize. It's 4:07 p.m. Can I get a roll call, Mr. Fetty?
Yeah, Councilperson Tony Abbott.
Here.
Councilperson Justin Knopper.
Sir?
Councilperson Tommy Roulette.
Present.
Councilperson Lenny Fryman.
Here.
Councilperson Brett Bondurant.
Yes, sir.
City Attorney Dale Weldon.
Here.
Mayor Kelly Milan.
Here.
Myself.
Give him mine. What? That's mine.
I'll give it to you. I just wanted to use the wording on something.
That's not for today. That's not for.
That's not.
Oh, that's not
today.
for today.
That's, I just brought the numbers for the app,
I can
Gotcha.
pull that up.
yeah.
Okay, we got two items on today's agenda.
Here, give him that.
I'll do that for today. We're fine. Okay, we got it right here.
Looking for.
He's got it.
We've got, we're not doing the purchasing ordinance today, right?
No.
Yeah. So I got two items I want to table for today. I entertain a motion to table the purchasing ordinance that was scheduled for today.
I'll make a motion, we table it.
I'll second it.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And the reason for that, everybody, is that I talked to the State Board of Accounts today, and we don't need an ordinance, we just need an opinion, so I've generated an opinion on
Okay,
the
good.
garbage truck issue. So no ordinance, just an opinion.
Okay.
Well, good.
Okay.
All right, the next thing, that I'd like to get a motion to table is the cooperative agreement that was on the agenda.
I'll make a motion, we table that as well, sir.
Second,
I'll second it, Mayor.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The one item I'd like to have some discussion on, if need be, is we had discussion on the other night, and we had some things we need to check on, was the purchasing of the side loader garbage truck. And Mr. Weldon can explain this, but further review, we think we might be able to purchase that through
Sourcewell.
Sourcewell, based upon getting an opinion from legal, correct? Dale?
Yeah, it's my opinion that we can purchase the garbage truck that was identified by Brad Massey based on the supply chain data that he provided, indicating it'd be 430 days to buy any unit other than the one that they're holding for us. So
We're still looking at that same turnaround, Dell.
that, the information I was given is if we don't buy this one, we can buy one and get it today, or we can wait 430 days. So,
That's the order to get them if you order them.
Yes.
yeah. so if we don't
430
wanna-
days is the lead time right now.
And we've got one that's down in repairs, and so based on the emergency nature of the supply chain issue, we can buy the one that's identified by Sourcewell. Sourcewell is a national government purchasing cooperative. They do RFPs. They do 5-year RFPs for their providers. And so purchasing it through them is different than the traditional sealed bid process, but it's actually advantageous in this instance because of the fact that we need it now. We've got a unit down. This was not a random identification. It was through a national government cooperative that did an RFP for the pricing and the 430-day turnaround So there's an emergency, exigent circumstances, and they did an RFP. They also, if you look at Sourcewell's website, they reference the Indiana State purchasing statutes and show how they're compliant. They don't, the only requirement we would not be fulfilling is to publish it in the local newspaper.
So we're gonna use this for our recycling program, right?
We're
Which
gonna
starts in
use-
August,
That's
hopefully.
the original usages, yes. But more importantly is, the side loader's been down for repairs more than, a lot here in the last 3 or 4 months. According to Rodney Quicksaw, I mean, he's able to repair it.
Yeah.
Just, it's been down for repairs a lot. So we're trying to, twofold. We start the new recycling program in September. We're hoping that we can use the old one for trash, the new one for recycling. At some point, it's gonna have to be interchangeable.
Yeah.
Okay? And we know that, and that's perfectly legal, or able, not legal, but we're perfectly able to do that per the recycling guidelines and such. But that's the reason,
God bless.
a lot of it. Yeah.
Would any one of these factors make us comply with that, Dell? I mean, through, just going through Sourcewell, knowing that the state statute has, that they comply with the state statute that's already given? I mean, outside of it being emergent, outside of it being, the lead times, outside of, all those things, I mean, would any one of those factors bring us into that state compliance?
Generically, you have to do sealed bids in the local newspaper, but there are exceptions to the purchasing statute based on the turnaround time. We have to vote knowing that this is an exception and we're not following the state statute. That
Okay.
we're doing.
We are
this.
deviating a little bit
We're
from this.
deviating. However, we could deviate, in my opinion, we could deviate based on the emergency nature of the supply chain issues, the turnaround time, and having the unit down just by doing what some municipalities do, just going down to Hag Ford. However, we didn't do that. Instead of just deviating and saying, okay, now we're not bound by the typical process, we then went to Sourcewell, which Brad has used before. Brad identified them, and then researching Sourcewell, I sent Sourcewell's information to State Board of Accounts, knowing that they do the RFP process, knowing that they invoke, even though they're a Minnesota company, they invoke Indiana state purchasing statutes through their process. It's much better than just saying, hey, we're not gonna put it in the newspaper, but we're just gonna buy whatever we want. We have a bunch of indications of reliability that we've got a price that's at or below any other price that we could obtain, even nationally, because they do national RFPs, that it did satisfy the RFP process. We do have a local statute that codifies our ability to use an RFP instead of a bid. So we could have RFP'd this purchase as well instead of doing bid, which is what we did with the
Correct, the ambulance, yes.
So really just, it short circuits all of those things instead of going back out. Sometimes it just, even though the law doesn't catch up with reality, so if the law just says, hey, your only requirement that you're missing here is to put it in the register, well, no one's gonna read the register and say, hey, I got a garbage truck for you. So this actually is better as a practical measure, and then we've done the things necessary to make it legitimate, have a record, talk to State Board of Accounts, get a legal opinion that Mark will keep on file. And so we're perfectly legal and able to do this, and as a practical matter, it is the best use of resources. We know it's a good price, good timing, it's a huge need. So for all the reasons, we're checking all the boxes.
Yeah, I mean, and the main thing with me is I made sure it fit one of those special things, and the government bid through Sourcewell that he already looked up, it definitely fits the government bid, so I'm good with it.
Right,
Yeah.
they did the government bidding, plus they spec'd it out.
Yeah.
At what Rodney and them wanted it spec'd is the way I understood it.
Yeah.
So every guideline, in my opinion, was followed.
Yes. Well, thanks for digging into that further. That certainly,
Well, we just didn't want to make that decision.
Right.
that night,
Bill didn't.
like
And it's
I said.
good that we didn't,
Yeah.
and we're here today to do that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Brad and his team, or Rodney and his team, can go pick this truck up tomorrow.
Is it not out front?
They haven't waited on us.
That is if we we appropriate the
Sure.
money and we know what fund we're taking it out of. Did you need the dollar amount, Mary? You got that? Because I got that.
365?
Yep, that's the Mac, and then the auto car was the other one. I think we were going with the Mac because
Yep.
that's more what they got.
Yep. Okay, so any other discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the purchase of the Mack side loader for $365,798.43.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks, Dell, for looking
Yeah,
into that.
thank you very much.
Yeah, Dale, thanks.
I don't have any other new or old business for today. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So
So
moved.
move.
Second?
Got that, Lenny?
Lenny?
I got that. Yeah, anything to close, it's always on me.
Second?
Second.
Justin? All right.
Sir.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.